on your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what, good to say I doubt it will stand up to something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when the ass takes off his shirt.
I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean.
Hello. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. Welcome to the Chrissie Mayr Podcast. You can listen to us on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Rumble, Rockfin, Facebook even. I know you're all very young and hip and not on Facebook anymore, but in case you are, I will occasionally stream to Facebook, sometimes Twitch even. Did I say Twitter? It's X now, but I won't call it that. It's still going to be Twitter for me. Sorry. I'm too comfortable calling it Twitter. Before I bring in my fabulous guest, I have a couple of stand-up shows to promote. Wednesday, tomorrow, December 27th, I will be at Stand Up New York for Gino Bisconti's birthday party show. If you're a Compound Media subscriber, of course you know and love Gino. Also, Keanu Thompson will be there. She tours with me on the road often. So it's going to be just a bacchanal. It's going to be so much fun. If you're in New York City, this might be the only date I'll have for a while. But then I'll be in San Diego, January 5th and 6th. I'll be at the Mic Drop Comedy Club out in San Diego. We got 3 shows, one Friday, January 5th, 2 shows Saturday, January 6th. Come celebrate January 6th with me. It's my favorite holiday out in San Diego. Lila Hart will be joining me on these shows as well, getting together other appearances in San Diego. So, of course, if you guys know of any podcasts we should hit up while we're in San Diego, let me know. Then I'll be in Dallas Thursday, January 25th, headlining Hyenas Comedy Club out there in Dallas with Keanu Thompson and Lila Hart. Then I'm headlining in Morris Plains, New Jersey, Saturday, February 24th at Tiff's Ale House in Morris Plains, New Jersey. So excited to be back in Jersey. So, I'm going to try to do as many shows as I can up until I give birth. I just am not allowed to fly after really the beginning of February. Apparently, the flight attendants don't want to have to clean placenta up out of the aisle. I'm sorry. I thought they were into customer service. Whatever. I'll push it. I'll push it as long as I can, guys. For tickets, go to ChrissieMayr.com. And as always, if you know of a venue near you that would have me, that's based, that's not, a brainwashed liberal type venue, let them know. Let me know. Tweet at them. Tweet at me. Because I'm booking stuff all the time. I'll strap the kid to my back and I'll keep going. Okay. Enough about me. I want to talk about our guest. She has been called a crypto influencer, but she's so humble and just really chic that she would not call herself that. But I think I will call her that. She's also a content creator. She's got a fabulous YouTube channel. So I'm very excited. Welcome to the show, Tiffany Fong.
Oh my God. Hey, Chrissie. This is exciting.
This is so exciting. Did you have a nice holiday?
I didn't do anything. I was alone. So I just sat in bed mostly.
You were alone. I was just looking at your feed. I was feeling bad. You're like, I'm alone. Let me know what movies to watch for Christmas.
Such a fucking loser. Yeah, I didn't do
No,
anything.
you're not a loser. You saved hundreds of dollars.
And that's true. That's mostly why I didn't fly. I was like, I'll just fly and see family another day. It's fine.
I didn't even check God, it's been so long since I've actually traveled for Christmas, but I imagine they jack up the prices to fly anywhere.
So, Yeah, I think so. So it's fine. It's not that special a day.
No, it's just the birth of Christ.
It's just the birth of Christ. It's not a
He'll
big
have
deal.
another birthday next
He'll be
year,
back.
and yeah, I don't like the idea that, well, if you really love your family, you better pony up and buy these flights and go see them.
I don't love him
Uh,
that much, apparently.
was anyone upset? Was anyone in your family
They don't
that
care. My
they
family
didn't
is like,
care?
they don't care. I don't even know if they messaged me yesterday. My parents,
Oh,
they're not pleased with anything I do. Asian
did they really
family,
were they upset that you weren't a boy? Are they still not over that?
they're still not over that. They don't like anything I do. They don't like anything I say. It's sad. I want their validation so badly and they won't give it to me, but it's okay.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I always wanted my parents' validation, and, I never really got it, so you just have to
Yeah,
give up at one
it's
point.
okay. That's why we're on the internet.
This is why we're here. This is why some of us do stand-up. This is why some of us become humble crypto influencers.
Oh my.
A lot of people would say, "What do you say, Tiffany," to people who are like, "Tiffany, you're too pretty to be, on the internet or, dealing with crypto."
I'm
What
definitely not too pretty for the internet. There's a lot of hot influencers out there. I'm maybe like I probably shouldn't be in crypto. I mean, it's a weird niche. It's a weird place to be. I don't even know why I'm in this little niche,
I
but
didn't even know there were women in crypto.
yeah, there shouldn't be. Uh,
There
mm,
should
there's
be.
there's a lot of like NFT chicks. I feel like during when NFTs were a big thing, there were a lot of NFT girls who were like constantly like showing their tits and they just want to like date guys with like bored apes, like those ridiculous like multi-million dollar NFTs, JPEGs and whatever. So there are some girls just hanging around the fringes, I guess. But
NFTs, which are non-fungible, remember non-fungible tokens, guys? I think that would interest women because it's like, well, I could just take a good picture of me from Instagram and turn it
true.
into currency, basically.
True.
I
Yeah,
can
I
see how
think
that
there
would
are some
interest
like kind of
women.
OnlyFans chicks that kind of try to get into that. I'm sure they make a lot of money.
Yeah, they're trying to take their BFTs and turn them into NFTs. I can see
Yeah,
the connection there.
totally. NFTs.
The way I feel about crypto is that I I'm too intimidated, I'm too dumb, it's too late. What's the point? I've been hearing about how I should get into crypto for years now, and
Mhm.
I don't know, I guess it's kind of just like investing or any sort of like big adulty project that's going to require a lot of research. It's just it's easier to just not start at all and then
Yeah,
complain.
it is. It is. I mean, I'm not a crypto evangelist. I kind of think it's stupid. I mean, there's a lot like it's kind of dumb. I like there's a lot of people who are in it for the tech. I never pretend to be that way. I'm like, I have crypto because I hope the number goes up. I mean, and I'll sell it for US dollars so that I can go buy like an actual like a house or something eventually.
I thought you were going to say
Um
purse. A house is way better.
House is better. House is better. I had a purse phase. I'm kind of over it. But yeah, no. So I'm not someone who's going to try to talk you into buying crypto. Also, like, yeah, the prices have gone up. So I don't know. I'm not going to tell people to buy. But
See, it's too
um
late. I knew it.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm not the most bullish. There are some people who are like, it's Bitcoin's going to hit 1 million. I'm like, will it though? I don't know. So I'm a little skeptical, honestly. But I told you briefly before we started this that I kind of got into it, not by my own volition, but because one of my relatives was a Bitcoin miner way back in the early days in 2010. So he gave me my first Bitcoin back when I was still in high school in 2011. So I've been holding on to it. And initially, when I got it as a Christmas gift, I was just like, what the fuck is this? And he was like, it's called a Bitcoin. I think it was worth like maybe $20. It was certainly under $100 at the time.
Oh.
And I was just like,
What
this is
how
not
did he
exciting to me at all.
how did he present it to you? Is it like did he have
It's
to, like,
not physical.
print it out and then, like, fold it up and then wrap that like you do if like, "Hey, we got you a concert ticket," but they don't have the physical
I think
he's
he
been but we
wrote it
printed it.
on a card that he was going to give me a Bitcoin, and obviously it's not a physical item. So he ultimately ended up like creating me a little like cold storage wallet or whatever and send it to me that way. But I think as a Christmas gift, I think I just opened a card and he was like, "I will be giving you a Bitcoin," and I was like, "I don't even know what that is. I want like a car. I want like a bag. I don't know."
Yeah, this
Like
seems
that
like an
sounds dumb.
IOU gift. It just seems
Yeah.
like an, "Oops, sure, I owe you 1 Bitcoin."
Exactly, exactly. So I held on to it not because I really believed in it, honestly. I held on because I didn't know what the fuck it was and I didn't really care about it. So then years later when Bitcoin prices like skyrocketed, I was like, "Oh right. I have Bitcoin. So that's when I began getting interested in it, solely because the prices were going up, honestly.
Did your uncle who gifted you this Bitcoin teach you all about it, or did you just see him having success and that prompted you to want to learn more?
He like would try to inundate me with like Bitcoin talk. I don't think I really absorbed any of it until I saw the prices going up. Like I was just like, all right,
You're
cool,
like,
sounds cool. You get
hmm.
yeah. So I mean, I
They've
did
been
become interested in it when the prices went up. So I did a little more research then, and I understand it and everything. I'm just still not someone who's like gonna go preach about Bitcoin to random people.
How would you explain it to someone who is, say, retarded or a comedian?
Retarded or a comedian? God, oh, am I good at explaining these kinds? I mean, it's obviously in its simplest form digital currency, digital money. So um, you're able to track transactions of what, I don't know, if you send money to, if I sent money to you, it would be recorded on a ledger, the blockchain. Honestly, this sounds so fucking stupid to try to explain. Like all transactions are recorded on a publicly verifiable ledger that anyone can look up transactions. If you know my wallet address, you can even look up how much money I have in that wallet. Everything's just publicly verifiable and visible.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so I don't think that was a good explanation,
But
but
your
I
crypto
also
address is probably not something easy to figure out.
you can send it to people. I actually have my addresses posted in certain places, but I have lots of different wallets. So like I post ones where I don't keep a lot of crypto, and then if I receive any tips in crypto, if anyone wants to send me Bitcoin, feel free to find my wallet address and send me money. I will gladly
Ooh,
take.
I love
See,
this.
maybe you should set up a crypto wallet just so people can send you money.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah.
You have been called crypto's accidental journalist by Axios.
Oh.
This is an interesting article. Okay. So that's you, Tiffany Fong. You've been called many things in crypto: investor, influencer, whistleblower, content creator, even journalist. And she intends to continue saying whatever the F I want. You're like the bad girl of crypto.
I'll take it. Ooh, that's a nice name. I'll take it.
When when you mentioned your uncle was a crypto miner, I just like imagined a lot of soot on his face, like that the early crypto miners had to go underground, that it was
It was so nerdy.
bad
It
condi
was way nerdier and less manly than that. It's just like setting up a bunch of computers that are running and like increasing your electricity bill, but apparently you're mining Bitcoin by doing so. I don't know how to mine Bitcoin, honestly, but he set up a bunch of computers and they were mining Bitcoin apparently.
So would you say that this is something that you are known for? You were referred to as a journalist by the U.S. Department of Justice in a court document in Sam Bankman-Fried's criminal fraud trial,
Yeah.
which prompted you to give the agency a shout out in one of your videos for doing better than the New York Post, which had referred to you as a sexy crypto influencer. So why were you how were you tied to the Sam? Because most people have heard of Sam Bankman-Fried's
Right.
fraud trial.
Yes, yes. Sam is I don't think there's anyone beneath. Okay, it's like Bernie Madoff, number one white collar criminal. I think Sam is right beneath him, I'd say, in terms
Wow.
of money. So he's basically like our generation's Bernie Madoff. Um, and Sam,
But
I don't
not
know,
better looking, which is a
you
shame.
know, I mean, I don't know. I have disgusting taste in men, and I love like a nerdy little Jew. Like I honestly, everyone makes fun of Sam for his appearance, and I'm like, I don't think he looks so bad. I love a nerdy Jew.
Okay, that's great.
This is
See,
gonna
there's
not go
someone
over
for
well
everyone.
publicly. Yeah,
How
well,
dare I? I shouldn't have
there.
judged his looks.
I mean, no, I don't. I judge people's looks all the time. I just have really bad taste in men. Like I have disgusting taste in men. So I think objectively he's probably not great looking, but I am just like he's not that bad. He's fine.
But you know what? It's cultivating a look where you see now I see someone who looks like Sam Bankman-Fried and I go, "You know what? That person's probably got a lot of money." You know, maybe
True.
maybe maybe try to fake laugh at their jokes a little more.
Yes.
Give them a
Homeless
chance.
or has a lot of yeah, this is true. This is true. Yeah, looking back, I'm like, I should have been nicer to the nerds. So yeah, I think that's a good lesson to learn. Yes.
That's the takeaway.
But no, yeah, Sam and I have a strange I was gonna say relationship, but I don't want to call it a relationship. But yeah, like I said, got into crypto early because of my relative, and I ended up leaving quite a bit of money in a company that ended up being a fraud and collapsing in 2022 called Celsius Network. So I left close to it at the time that I deposited it. Obviously, crypto prices go up and down, but at the time it was around $250,000 in Celsius
Oh,
Network.
wow.
Yeah, and then they suddenly collapsed in 2022. So I was mad because I still haven't gotten any of that money back. The company is a fucking fraud, and I was just really mad. And prior to that, I hadn't posted at all about crypto, and I had never used YouTube, and I wasn't using Twitter or anything. But since I was angry, I just started using those platforms just to shit on this fraudulent company. That turned into employees of that company following my channels and sending me leaked information from inside the company. So I started receiving,
Ooh.
yeah.
From
So I received
Celsius.
from Celsius, yes. So I received like a secretly recorded internal all hands meeting, which I did a story, like I gave the New York Times the audio to do a story on it, and then I posted the full audio on my platforms. So Sam Bankman-Fried started following me because I posted that. Um, and at the time, he was still like, I don't know how much you know about him, but at the time, before he I guess, was exposed and charged with a bunch of crimes. He was like the golden boy of crypto. He was a multi-billionaire. He was one of the richest people in the world. He was super successful. So I just knew this guy's a big shot. Like I'd seen his face on Forbes, on Fortune, etc. And I saw that he randomly followed me on Twitter. And at the time, I had like no following. So I just DM'd him and I was like, "Hey, thanks for the follow." So we got connected at first that way in September 2022, a couple of months before his company collapsed and imploded. So we had like talked before. He'd sometimes like or comment on some of my posts. But then once his company FTX collapsed, I was like, okay, I've talked to this guy once before. Our DMs are open. I'm just gonna shoot my shot, see if the guy will talk to me. I was like, no one whose company collapsed and might be charged with fraud should be talking to anyone. And also, I'm a fucking nobody. And I'm like, I'm not the New York Times. I'm not the Wall Street Journal. All these publications are trying to talk to him. I was like, he's not going to respond. But 5 days later, he just DMs me at midnight, and he was like, hey, I'd be happy to chat, free for the next hour or so. So he sent me his phone number.
Ooh.
So that led
Ooh.
to his. Ooh.
Do you think he knew that he was your type at this point?
Okay, that's actually a funny question because no one's pointed this out, but okay, so Sam, you've seen pictures of him. He's kind of like a frumpy little nerd. But did you see the post-jail photos of him? Because he went
Did he
to
have
jail
a
for 8 years.
Did he have a post-jail glow up? Is that what you're
Post-jail
saying?
Dude, he lost weight. He got a little scruff. He looked better after he came out of jail. So I commented kind of like I meant to be sort of humorous, but I was like, the fact that I find post-jail SBF slightly attractive tells me I need to go to therapy. I tweeted that while he was, I think, still in jail. Or no, when he just got out of jail. And Sam later did tell me that someone sent him that tweet. So he did see my tweet.
Oh my God. So he knew.
I
And you
guess
know
he
what?
knew.
He probably doesn't have a lot of people, your company is failing. He probably doesn't have a lot of people in his DMs calling him cute.
True.
So,
True. That's true. Honestly, yeah. Let's see if we can find any post-jail pictures of him. Okay, so there he is, kind of in his normal state. A little frumpy, a little nerdy. He has a little
fluffy.
Jufro.
Mhm.
He's a fluffy boy. I wonder if we can find. How do we look up post-jail Sam Bankman-Fried? Hmm.
I've been looking at post jail. Okay,
Oh,
here
you
we
have been.
go.
See, those
Let's
aren't
see.
it
Sam
because
Bacon,
there's one. He's got a little scruff, but I don't know how to look up that period of
could
his
it be
life. That's
this?
not it. That's not it.
No,
No.
this is his current look.
'Cause it sounds embarrassing because I'm like, see, he looked better, but okay, SBF. Um,
I mean, if you also look at like his girlfriend, this is just a sketch, but
oh
everyone,
right, Caroline
I mean,
Helson.
she's pretty horrendous looking. So, I mean, you waltz into his CMs looking like a 10, and it's going to be hard to resist, I think.
Oh my God. I mean, well, obviously a lot of news stories have come out like insinuating that we were like romantically involved. But dude, you know what? I've been to Sam's house several times. We've hung out several times. Is that a post jail one? I don't know if it is.
Could this be it?
Um, but he's
No,
never
he
once
looks the
commented on.
same.
No, that's not it. He looks the same. How did we find? Okay, extradited. Let's see. God, I
This
really
is
want to
probably
find
not something very many women are Googling.
our Googling. Yeah, this is the first time this has ever been looked up.
Even the internet's like, "Are you sure this is what you want to look for?"
Now I sound insane.
No, you
Autism.
don't. It's
Oh my.
autism.
No, there's. Okay, wait. Okay. Oh, see. Okay, can I DM you something on Twitter?
Yes, or you could put it in the private chat and I'll click on it, or you could share your
Oh
screen,
shit.
whatever's
Oh,
easier.
I'm looking it up on my computer and I'm doing this from my phone. So I just
Okay.
DM'd it to you on Twitter. Um,
Okay,
see, this is
great.
a good comparison if we can pull it up. But
Yes. Okay.
yeah, I mean, as you're pulling it up, I will say that Sam has never once
Um,
commented on my appearance at all. Like sometimes like Sam gets a haircut and I went to his house and I'd be like, I like your haircut. You look nice. And he'd be like, thank you. But he would never say anything about
was
me. So,
there ever a flirtation or you guys were just crypto buds?
I mean, if anything, I feel like I'm like my personality is kind of flirty. I feel like if any okay, so if we click this, there's Sam
Yes. Okay.
before.
Classic.
There's Sam
He's
before prison.
he's about an A
Before
cup. Yeah.
he's
Needs a
about an A cup.
haircut.
He might have bigger tits than yeah. Okay, before and then after.
Okay.
Wait, where's the after?
I mean, here's him in a suit.
It is a
Everyone
glow
looks
up. It's a glow up.
better in a suit. He's lost a little bit of weight.
He lost a
He's
little
a
weight. He got a little
little more
scruff.
chiseled in the face. The scruff
Yeah.
always helps if you're not sure what to do with your face.
True, it does. It does. It's like makeup for men.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
wow.
I do think he looked better after jail. I don't everyone got really mad at that tweet that I posted, but he does look I think he objectively looked better after jail.
I believe you. I agree. I would say he's also maybe he's dropped the soap a couple more times. He has more life experiences. How long was he in
Yeah,
jail
he's a
for?
hardened man. He was in jail initially for 8 days. That was before he was extradited to the
Oh,
United States. So that was he was living in the Bahamas at the time, so he went to jail in the Bahamas for 8 days, got extradited to the US, was released on a $250 million bond, but it was like he didn't pay cash. It was there were like 3 signatories. They put up some houses as collateral. But so
whoa. So
he was on house arrest.
who all had to chip in to get him out of jail?
It was his parents. His parents put up their home, which is around Stanford, California, as basically
Whew.
collateral. And then there were 2 Stanford professors who were colleagues of his parents, who were Stanford professors, who also signed. And I guess
Wow.
apparently must have put up some assets to like put up as collateral for his bail. So he was
Good
on
for
house
them.
arrest for a long time. Good for them. I know.
Only 8 days in jail though. I mean, it really
No,
did wonders for him.
now he's currently in. I know 8-day jail diet. It did great.
He should write a book. Yeah.
He should write a book. He should write a diet book. But
Well planned.
yeah, he's yeah, he was on house arrest for several months, but then got thrown in jail in August. So he's been in jail for several months now. And
Oh
his criminal
gosh.
trial was in October. So I went to every single day of his trial. And now
That's
he's
really supportive. I mean, if he
I
doesn't
know.
date you after this,
I know. Come on, Sam.
would you? If well, you can't DM from jail.
If he wasn't
I one
a
time
fraud,
That's true. That is definitely a negative. I
a little
once had a
problematic.
man message me from jail. I got an email. This
Oh,
was a couple years ago. It was like, "Will you accept this friend request or jail friend request from something called Core Links?" And I was like, "This has to be
oh,
spam," but it's like I've never seen anything like so. I clicked on it, and it was a man
yeah.
in jail that wanted to
Oh,
be my pen pal, and I wrote him back. This had to have been at least 5 years ago, maybe more. And we're going back and forth. And then he started asking me about stand-up. And I was like, oh God. I was like,
was he trying to get
I'm
was
not
he trying to get tips? He wanted to be a
when
stand-up comedian?
when people start asking me for advice about stand-up, I was like, this is now a chore. Like it was
Yeah,
cool, you're in jail. And then my
yeah.
therapist at the time was telling me, she was like, Chrissy, a lot of times these jail people, as soon as they get out, the first person they kill is their pen pal and sometimes the boyfriend of the pen pal. And I was like, well, I don't want that to happen. So I had to bid adieu to Jermaine. I hope he's doing well though. I don't even know if he might even be out at this point. Who knows? And if
Oh,
you're
but
listening,
thankfully he had,
Jermaine, no hard feelings. Please
but
don't come for me.
he just wanted stand-up. He just wanted stand-up. stand-up tips. Oh my God, that's funny. I kind of want a prison pen pal. That's kind of cool.
It was exciting. It was dangerous. The grammar wasn't great, but I was just like, I can't say no to Jermaine. And I was like, "What are you in jail for, Jermaine?" And he was like, car stuff." And then I looked it up, and he had stolen a number of cars. And
Okay, but
there was some.
he didn't kill anyone.
I don't think so. No.
That's okay. That's
Yeah,
okay.
I
That's
can
better
forgive.
than murder.
I can forgive that.
I can forgive that. I think it's not great. It's not good, but
I wonder if he's doing push-ups next to Sam right now. I wonder if they're in the same
oh, that would be
facility.
adorable. He's so cute.
So you watched his trial. You were there every day. Do you write him in jail? Do you visit him? Does he get
I
conjugal?
I sent him 2 letters. He hasn't responded. I'm a little offended. I'm like, well, because Sam and I we talked a lot while he was on house arrest. I visited him quite frequently when he was on house arrest, and now not responding. A little offended. It's a little rude. I'm getting ghosted by a criminal.
He's not going to do better than you. I don't know what he's thinking.
Like, you should be so lucky, Sam.
Yeah.
So yeah, no response. I mean, so he's awaiting sentencing right now. He also has a second trial lined up. So he already had a trial, massive high-profile criminal trial on 7 charges, and he was found guilty on all 7 of the charges. But he's now awaiting another trial in March for 5 more charges. So I mean, this guy's getting fucked. But
His
so I
parents
mean,
are
I don't
probably
think he's-
upset. My parents would be like, "Sorry, we don't have anywhere near even $1 million. So good luck."
Very true. Yeah, his parents. Well, his parents don't like me. Apparently, his mom doesn't like me. But yeah, his
Who could
parents.
not
I guess
like you? You're a crypto diva.
she's not pleased with me, but yeah. I mean, I guess they must have some. They must have some money. They're both Stanford professors, and Sam gave his parents like $10 million before the company collapsed. So I think they have
Oh,
some
wow.
money.
Okay, that's nice. That's really nice.
That's nice. That's nice. We'll see what happens. But
Wow.
yeah, no
Okay.
response. I'm waiting until March. I'll watch his next trial. I'll be there in person. Such a supportive friend. And then I'll see what happens when he goes to actual prison. Then maybe I will have a prison pen pal. Goals.
This is insane to me. Just I've known people who have done maybe about less than a year in jail. Well, they're all people who just went to jail for January 6th, but anywhere from a month to like 10 months.
Okay.
But just I've never, outside of Jermaine, my pen pal, I've never really known anybody doing a lot of time. So
Me
it's just
neither. It's crazy. I mean, he's gonna get more than like actual murderers. I mean, like I think now that I've researched it a little bit more, the median prison sentence for murder I think is 20. It was in the 20 or 15 to 25 range. I forget what the exact number was, which is wild to me. But Sam is facing potentially 115 years in prison. So this is like
why do they do it like
90%.
that? Like people are not tortoises. Like there's no way he's gonna live that long. What's
I
the
know.
point?
Well, that's basically just a life sentence. It's just like till he dies. So
Yeah. They're
he's
like, well,
he's
if you can beat it, you can come
if you
out.
can be yeah.
Eat your veggies, do your push-ups. No, that's very sad.
Yeah.
Okay, was he familiar with your whole experience with Celsius?
He was. He was like following me like specifically because I was posting all these leaks about this other company, and I think he was aware that I had lost money. I mean, we've talked about it before that I lost money. So I mean, we really shouldn't have become like friends or anything like that. But I don't know. He's just such a little nerd. I kind of enjoyed our conversations.
Hey,
Obviously, he's
a
a big
wise
criminal.
woman once said, "You can't fight the moonlight." So,
People get really, really mad. So I think publicly for a very long time, I did not say that we were friends. Because he did steal a lot of money, and it's in
yeah.
the multi-billions of dollars. So he's
Holy.
not the most popular guy.
Who mostly did he steal it from? Corporations, individuals, all of it?
There were like I think there were over 1 million creditors, which includes both retail investors, like normal people, and corporations. So a lot of money. I mean, it's really complex fraud, so it wasn't necessarily like him funneling money to his own bank account to like buy yachts or anything, but he was basically using a lot of money that he shouldn't have been using on things like charitable donations and political contributions and things like that. So it's not great. It's not
So he
great.
wasn't really, and clearly you can tell by how he looks, he wasn't really spending much of it on himself. Like, it's not like he was spending it on
Yeah,
an Equinox membership or
definitely not.
trips to J. Crew or
I know, it's like, Sam, you should have just gone to like one trip to J. Crew.
plastic
No,
surgery. No.
yeah, no, it wasn't much on himself, although he did live in a $30 million penthouse in the Bahamas, but it was also with 10 roommates with other billionaires. So, I mean, it's still a lot of money, but yeah, so he did have some nice real estate, but other than that, he wasn't like
Wow.
buying anything. He didn't have a fancy car. I mean, he was known for driving like a Toyota Corolla, which is, I'm sure, was great for his PR to just show how frugal he was. But I mean, he didn't buy luxurious stuff, so it wasn't like a normal
Right.
fraud where you see someone like buying a fucking super yacht. um but yeah, a lot of the money is now
Imagine
seemingly
being
gone.
a bajillionaire and you're like, no, I'm still gonna have 8 roommates. Like, we're still gonna have fights about who left their dishes in the sink and who's taking too long in the bathroom. He could have been
Exactly,
he could have been a
exactly.
stand-up comic. Yeah, I should have told the guy in jail, be like, look, are you comfortable with 8 roommates? Because if so, you could do stand-up.
Oh my god.
And so Celsius was a company you worked at for a while. I guess you left or
Oh, I
did you
never
go?
worked there. I never
Okay.
worked there. It was just like me posting so much about this company and basically posting like daily fuck yous to the CEO of the company. And a lot of the employees in the company were also very disgruntled, also didn't like the CEO, and they wanted to like sort of rebel, I guess, and saw me as an outlet to send all of these leaks and send these like, I got a bunch of secret files, I got recorded meetings, I don't know, I got a lot of leaks. So I ended up posting those. That's why I guess some outlets and the DOJ called me a journalist, I guess, because of that, because I was posting, I guess, like newsworthy stuff. But I didn't like set out to be a journalist or anything. I'm just someone who is mad about the company collapsing and losing a lot of
People
my money.
feel comfort in someone like you who is saying what everyone is thinking. You're saying the quiet part out loud. You're putting yourself out there. You have the balls to be honest. So it's no wonder, like when you're outspoken about it, people go, "Okay, well, here's another thing. Here's another thing," and now you're the go-to person. And did you do something where you actually, in person, tried to acknowledge, I guess, some of the higher ups at Celsius? You had
Yeah.
you had a little bit of
Yeah.
a viral video moment.
I did. I was in New York for this conference. It's a stupid crypto conference. Someone flew me out for it, so I was like, yeah, sure, free trip to New York. And the founder of the collapsed fraudulent crypto company has basically just been prancing around as if nothing happened. I mean, at least like know that everyone fucking hates you and like stay at home or whatever the fuck. He's been like going to sports games and just living his life as normal, even though he like defrauded hundreds of thousands of people. So he was at the crypto conference with his wife, who is absolutely insane. Her name is Chrissie Mayr. Oh
So
yeah,
does
here
this
it is.
right here, okay, so the Financer tweeted, "The best moment of 2023, and by a wide margin, was little Tiffany Fong scaring and chasing after multimillionaire criminals, Mashinsky and Chrissie Mashinsky, I guess that's his wife." Watch the entire YouTube video here. So this is where that you're approaching them.
This is at a conference that she was
Yeah.
speaking at, which is absolutely
Okay.
insane. She was allowed to speak at a conference.
God, she looks like sort of like she has like a Hillary Clinton face with long hair.
I can see it. She does.
So you knew these two would be here. You were planning on going up to them.
Thank you.
I didn't know until the day of that they were going to be there, but I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to go find them.
So you said to Chrissie, you were like, you've been tweeting quite a lot about me. And she goes, oh, okay.
She has been. She's spread a bunch of unhinged rumors about me online.
Yeah.
And so clearly she just doesn't want it. Neither of them want to talk to you.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
What were you hoping to, I guess, get out of this confrontation? Just anything?
Mostly, well, she's been posting sort of unhinged conspiracy theories about me. So I was just wanted her to address them in person because she seems unwilling to. But she, so like I said, I was posting sort of internal information from inside of Celsius Network, her husband's company, who's right there in the video. And she began accusing me of multiple things. She began accusing me of hacking into Celsius Network's systems, internal systems, to obtain this information. She accused me of breaking into her physical home, which is absolutely insane.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
so she's posted these like accusations online. I don't know if they're still there because I'm blocked, but she was posting these accusations that I hacked into their systems, broke into their home. Then she began posting that I helped Sam Bankman-Fried, the person we were talking about, bribe Chinese government officials, which to me I was like, what connection do I have to China, Chrissy? Huh? I'm like, I've literally never even been to China, but yes, I am Asian. So she accused me of
Very
helping.
easy to just lump you in. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, Chrissy, you've been posting that I helped Sam Bankman-Fried bribe Chinese government officials. What is this about, Chrissy?
Oof.
So I didn't really have like a goal. I didn't fly there to see them. I was actually already there, just mostly to party. And then some people who follow me told me that they would be there. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll go. So I didn't really have a game plan, but I was like, yes, I will be addressing her in person since she's been posting quite a bit about me online. Some unhinged conspiracy theories.
What is so other than right, she said that you broke into her home, hacked into the company. I guess that's probably the worst of what she said. I mean, that's pretty damaging to someone's reputation to have that out there, or
Yeah, I mean, I'm
potentially
not.
damaging.
Yeah, I'm not super concerned about what she says because I mean, she and her husband are like disgraced, like fallen. I don't know. Her husband was once a successful founder, but now it's turned out he's likely committed a lot of fraud. I can't say he's a fraudster yet because his trial is in September next year. But so they're
Allegedly.
pretty disgraced, alleged fraudster. So I'm not too worried about her opinion. But when I get constant DMs of at her posts saying that I'm helping bribe Chinese government officials, I'm like, that's just completely detached from reality, lady. So,
Yikes. Okay, have you ever
yes.
been, like, banned or blocked from going to any of these events because you do kind of call people out?
Oh no, no. If anything,
Okay.
I think they should be blocked since they committed fraud. But no, I haven't been banned from anything. In probably quite the opposite. I think people in the crypto community quite like that I've been pretty vocal against the fraudsters. Although I guess the Sam thing is a stranger story because I have been calling him out for the things he's done, but I also kind of consider him a friend now after we've spoken quite a bit. But yeah, it's a strange little niche I've arrived at.
It's very neat, and so how did you get into content creation and YouTube?
Oh yeah, I hadn't ever posted on YouTube. I had 0 followers. But when I lost all that money to Celsius, I was going through a breakup at the time, so I was already like extremely depressed,
Oh.
didn't know what to do. Yeah. So I ended up losing like the majority of my life savings to that company.
Oh
So
my god.
yeah. So I wasn't pleased. So honestly, I was more just like I was depressed and was like I need a little outlet to vent. So I posted my first video that was just like talking about the fact that I lost a couple $100,000. So that was my start to using YouTube and Twitter basically. So it kind of happened organically and I wasn't expecting to develop a following around crypto or anything, but it snowballed, I guess.
But here you are. Now you're the crypto diva. Is there any God, I guess there's no way to get that money. Like, what recourse do folks have who, like you, have lost money
Yeah,
this
I
way?
mean, there isn't really a straight. It's basically just a waiting game. So I on my YouTube channel, like one of the things I've been covering is just the bankruptcy proceedings because I don't know, we're following what might happen and how much money people might end up getting back. So I mean, I think like maybe next year. It's been over a year and a half since that company went down and we haven't gotten a penny back. But I think eventually we will get some sort of payout. But we're certainly not gonna get everything we left in there. We're gonna get some small percentage of a distribution back eventually.
But you know what? It's like that guy who tried to schedule that music festival. Was it in the
Fire.
Bahamas? Yes,
Billy
Fyre
Billy
Festival.
McFarland.
Billy McFarland. Everyone thought he would be done, but he went to jail. He did his time. He came out. He did another Fyre Festival, so he's back.
Yeah. Has that happened already? I'm kind of
I
curious as to
think
how
it
that goes.
has. How did it go?
Oh my
Let's see.
God.
Fyre.
McFarland.
It did not get as much hype.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay,
Hmm.
let's see. 1 month ago. Yes, Fyre Festival 2 kicks off with no catastrophes. Oh, that's kind of
Wow.
boring though. I kind
Right.
of want a catastrophe.
Disaster. I know, me too. That's kind of boring. Damn, yeah, he's back. These people, they just won't go away. God, I would have probably attended just to see what it was like.
Wow, he looks exactly the same. Uh, okay. Look, this is exactly what I would expect. I bet Kendall Jenner was not associated this time.
True, probably not. Ah,
Okay,
that's
wow.
the same courthouse I was at. Huh. I need
Oh,
a I need a new criminal buddy. Maybe I should befriend him.
I think so.
Mhm.
But you know what? He's good at generating his own hype, and again, if you have enough money and you can start over and contacts, you really can do anything. Let's
True.
see. Okay, it took you to a remote airstrip outside of New York City. I guess he boarded some folks from there. Okay, wow. His do over a Fyre Festival. Maybe he felt like he owed something to the folks who
Oh, is
went to
that
the
what it
first
was?
one. That's what I
Huh.
would guess.
Interesting.
Unlike his 2017 Bahamas luxury music festival that never was, I'll never forget those cheese sandwiches that I saw the pictures of those sad cheese sandwiches they were handing out. We're told the flights went off without a hitch, and the guests were shuttled back to the city for a dinner party and concert at Le Bareton in the West Village. Oh, he kind of had a prison glow up too. He looks better now.
Oh,
He loo
see, prison does men wonders. Every man should go to
he
prison
looks
at least
less
once.
bloated. I think it's because you can't drink as much or maybe at all. You probably can't have any drinks in prison.
You probably can't. True. True. Yeah, I know Sam. A story came out recently. So Sam's been in jail, and apparently he's been trading mackerel as currency in jail. So,
The fish.
yep, mackerel, like packets of mackerel. Apparently that's a currency in jail. So he apparently paid for a haircut with mackerel packets. So I'm learning a lot about inmate life.
Packets of mackerel. What is it, chopped
Yeah.
up? Is it like you just add water? It's like a dried sardine
I
situation?
think it's like I don't know, like packages of tuna. I don't know how they're packaged, but apparently that's a currency in jail, according to the Wall Street Journal. So I covered that on my YouTube channel. And I did also recently interview a guy who was in jail with Sam. So apparently Sam was like getting potentially extorted by some gang member in jail. So this guy Gene Borello, he was a former mob enforcer for the Bonanno crime family, had to stand up for Sam and like beat someone up for him.
Oh, wow.
I had no jail contacts before this, but I'm just tallying them up. So if any of you have been to jail, feel free to contact me. I want a jail prison inmate, pen pal. So
You deserve
my
one.
DMs are open.
Yo Pops, thanks for the super chat. You should do a show in the maternity ward. Oh God, I don't know if people probably could use a laugh if they're giving birth. Jeremy David, sorry, Tiffany, it's because you're not Jewish. Oh no, this is maybe why his mom doesn't like
Yeah,
you.
maybe. Yeah, his mom is not a fan of me.
You could always convert. What's the big deal?
Me converting for the maybe just for the bit, just for a bit. Sure. Oh my
Deranged
god.
lunatic. Tiffany would make a great guest on Simcast. Yes, she
What's
would.
Simcast?
Simcast is my mostly all female panel show on Sundays at 9 o'clock Eastern. We just discussed pop culture and news stuff and just whatever's going on in our lives.
That's fun.
It's
Ooh, fun.
female. It's light. It's fun.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I'll
fun.
send
Okay.
you a few dates for that if you're into
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
that sounds fun. That sounds fun. Down. Ooh. Oh yeah, fun to read the comments. Let's see.
Yes, will
I'm
prison
sure there will
diets
be some
take off and
recruits.
be the new fad? Prison diets and prison workout. I think there was already something called the prison workout.
Is that a thing? That's cool. Hey, it works apparently.
So people in prison actually make their own alcohol with old fermented fruit. That sounds horrible.
Ew. I know Sam doesn't drink. He's like too nerdy. He'd never. I don't think he's done any like fun recreational drugs. I went to a bar once and I like told him I went to a bar over the weekend and he was like, "What do you even do at a bar? And I was like, I don't know, you just have drinks, like talk to your friends, talk to some new people. And he was like, so you drink alcohol and you talk to random people? Like he was so like disgusted by the idea of it.
He's like, "I don't see, a certain outcome for this. Why would you?" It's all
Yeah,
very up in the air.
yeah, exactly, exactly. He's such a nerd.
Okay. Oh, wow. In the summary view, it says she has reported losing access to over 200K in Bitcoin and Ethereum. What about Dogecoin? I lost about $900 in Dogecoin, and then I was like, "I'm
You did?
done. That's it." Yeah, it was it was, I think, right after Elon went on SNL. Doge took a
Oh
dump,
shit.
and then I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
never
"Well,
played around
that's
with
it for me."
Dogecoin. You know, it's funny through all of this, I've ended up becoming really good friends with the founder of Dogecoin. So he sent me some Dogecoin for my birthday, but I haven't messed with it. I haven't like sold any of it. But his name is Billy Marcus. He's very nice. But
Oh, yeah, that sounds familiar. I
yeah,
haven't looked at my Dogecoin. I haven't even opened my app in
I haven't
a
looked at
couple
any of my crypto and
years.
yeah.
I guess that's the way to do it, is just forget that you
That's
have
how
it.
some people were like applauding me for holdings for so long. They were like, "Oh, good for you for not selling too early." Like, you know, because I got Bitcoin early, held through so many years. I held when it hit $69,000, and people were like, "Wow, you really got diamond hands." And I'm like, I just didn't care, honestly.
Diamond Hands? That sounds like a prison nickname.
It's like basically like holding rather than like like panic selling your crypto or whatever you're holding. So people have applauded me for that, and I was like, I just didn't care, honestly.
My friend Fieldy, which is actually the only friend I have that is into crypto, is asking your thoughts on XRP or the Sandbox game. I don't know what either of those things are.
I know what they are, but I also don't know. Like I've heard of them, but I don't own any of either of them. Honestly, I mean, like I said, I'm not really a crypto evangelist. That's why I find it kind of funny that I've become like known for being a like crypto influencer because I have some crypto, but I'm not someone who like reads about it every day or like buys a bunch of random coins. Although maybe I should because sometimes people make a lot of money doing that, and I haven't I haven't made my money back that I lost.
Junior, thanks for the super chat. Get Sam Bankman-Fried onto Simcast. See, I don't know that involves talking to random people and drinking, so I don't know if I'd go
True,
for that.
true. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't mind talking to random people on like press things, but also he's in jail now, so I don't know if he can do it.
Oh god, yeah, they probably don't
Yeah,
let you live stream from jail.
probably not. Probably not condoned.
Okay. So you're saying it's not too late. It's not too late to get into crypto. How does one where do you even begin? Is there like a safe Bitcoin right now? It's just regular Bitcoin
I
because
mean,
I
I
know
think
there's
Bitcoin's probably the safest coin to buy, honestly. I mean, it's just like that's the one where I don't think that the SEC is going to come after Bitcoin. Um, like I think it'll be like the most long lasting. I think I don't know. I'm really not a big crypto person, but Bitcoin's probably the safest, and then Ethereum is the probably the second safest. That's mostly what I play around with. I don't really like buy the small like little meme coins that are like really hot for a couple days and then you have to pick the right time to sell. Just 'cause I don't think I'm like I don't like watching my portfolio enough to like know the correct time to sell. I kind of just sit on this stuff and like hope the price goes up. And I left some in Celsius Network because Celsius Network, the company that ended up collapsing, they were offering yield on your crypto. So I just left a shit ton of money there and was earning yield, but never withdrew any of it. And now it's all gone. So, oh well.
okay. And I think Costa Rica, like I follow a few folks who they're just like, "Oh, how I went the whole day only spending Bitcoin in Costa Rica." That's kind of a fascinating like how does a community like that flourish and get to a place where they can actually just only accept Bitcoin if they want?
Yeah. I think El Salvador has adopted Bitcoin as like their one of their legal tenders. It's just that it's sort of slow. It's a bit clunky. I know that there's some ways around getting around how slow it is. So there's like lightning. I don't know, but just using a lot of crypto in itself is a little bit clunky to use. You have to have someone's like quite long wallet address. It just feels like there's probably like a bit of a barrier to entry for like the average person. Like I can't imagine my grandmother understanding how to use crypto the way that things are right now. Um, but yeah, I mean, You should put some wallets up and get some tips.
Wallets and tips. Philip Vecchio, Jeremy Kaufman, and LBRY coin is a good story.
I don't actually know what either of those are.
Okay, I'm looking it up right now.
Jeremy Kaufman.
Maybe it stands for library.
Assume so.
It's okay. Blockchain-based file sharing project library. He's also a vocal supporter and activist within the Free State Project and a former board member. LBRY is a completely decentralized platform for sharing content online that fuses the best of both Bitcoin and BitTorrent by offering a catalog of content that can be searched using blockchain technology. Kaufman created LBRY because he fell in love with the idea of a shared global content registry that is owned and controlled by no one, which definitely will scare a lot of governments. Okay. Oh, you know what? He has, I think, the look that you like, Tiffany.
Who? Oh, nerdy Jew?
I think so.
Oh, he looks kind of old.
From Event Chain for Investment
Maybe
Pitch
he looks
Media
about
and
35.
FinTech News Network. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Jeremy Kaufman, the CEO and founder of Library. Jeremy, thanks so much for being on the show. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
I'm glad to be with you, Ashton.
I'm glad that we're
He's
here
definitely
because
better
a lot
looking
of
than
great
Sam.
stuff's going on in Library, and I'm excited to learn a little bit more.
He's
I think you guys have
Is his hair gray?
It's got to be,
towards the
yeah,
beginning
it's
of
probably a
2020
little bit
here.
of salt and
But if you
pepper
could
there.
kick it off
Salt
for
and
the
pepper.
viewers by just giving a little bit of background on why you started Library and what was the vision that you saw for this community-run
pretty
marketplace
impressive,
and
though, that he can
content
just
distribution network.
Straight up start.
Yeah, so absolutely. So Library is the fancy way is
Yeah.
it's a blockchain-based, decentralized digital content protocol that facilitates the
I don't know. I'm gonna vote for him
discovery,
over Sam.
distribution, and purchase
Okay.
of digital content. That's a fancy way of saying we want to make services like YouTube, which is I think what brought us together here today.
Mhm.
We want to make services like that possible without the Google existing, without having that
Okay, so
middleman
it's
who
where to
has
get-
control over your channel, who has the keys.
Get away from Google.
And so that was that idea was there from the very beginning. Can we create technology? And blockchain
yes, it is the
a
library
key part
token.
of it,
They
of what
also
made it
own the
possible
Odyssey
to
platform
build
that
this
is.
kind of
Oh, right,
technology.
I know what Odyssey is.
That's great. And you
That
guys have
is like a YouTube
been one of
clone.
the
They got
more
sued by the
long-standing
SEC
blockchain
in a
projects,
corrupt
if
way.
I'm
Oh gosh.
not wrong. How long have you guys been around for now?
Yeah, it's funny what constitutes old in the blockchain space, because by any other company standard, we're quite young. But
Definitely.
yeah, we are.
Okay, we're gonna look more into him.
I've
What are
never heard of this.
thanks for the super chat. Talk about central bank digital currency, Fed crypto. This is a big fear and concern for folks that the Fed is going to try to take over digital currency because I
Yeah.
think they don't like the loss of control that Bitcoin presents.
I mean, I feel like it defeats the purpose of what like Bitcoin was made for, but also I don't know. I don't really have strong thoughts on it. I think generally the crypto space is against CBDCs, but I don't know. I'm like not really an expert in it, honestly.
Let's see here.
You have thoughts on it?
How much of it I would see people being very incentivized if they go, well, okay, trade in your regular accounts, we'll give you a digital currency account, and we'll put 100 or a couple hundred free dollars in there. I think that would really incentivize people who are kind of on the fence, like, oh, okay, just offering people free stuff is a good way to dupe people. And IMF's central bank
Yes.
digital currencies can replace cash. Well, do we want it to? Yikes.
Yeah.
They have the potential to replace cash, but adoption could take time. They can replace cash, which is costly to distribute in island economies, which would explain Costa Rica. They can offer resilience in more advanced economies. They can improve financial inclusion. Yes, but then there's the whole, oh, yeah, well, they can just, if you have a bad social credit score or if you engage in wrong speech or wrong thought, they can just turn your bank account off. That's what they'll not mention, though.
Yeah. So people typically aren't a fan. I don't know. I mean, I don't.
They would offer a safe, low-cost alternative to cash. They would also offer a bridge to go between private monies and a yardstick to measure their value, just like cash today, right? Because if the dollar drops enough and they can make this look like an attractive option, they probably could convince a lot of people. More than 100 countries are exploring CBDCs. 60% of the countries in the world. Well, that's not small. Yeah, I guess it depends on how fast they can actually get this up. It's just like anything else. Like people are not going to give up their regular cars for electric until they absolutely have to, and even at that point, it would take a while.
Yeah.
Rochester Cycle Cam Turtle Boy had his bail revoked today, his birthday, over BS and lies. He's in jail for at least the next month, possibly longer. The next court date is January 25th. Wow. Turtle Boy is a journalist that was covering the case of this woman who was framed for the death of her cop boyfriend. I guess there was this Karen Reed, that's her name. And so, gosh, this happened I think a couple years ago. Basically, there was like a fight at this house party, and it looks very much so like these other guys participated in the allegedly participated in the murder of this guy, but they framed Karen Reed to make it look like she did it, so she would take the fall for it. And he is just very passionately calling it out, and I guess they're trying to get him for it. But that is
interesting. I haven't even heard of that.
It's he's out of Massachusetts. It seems the people that know a lot about it are kind of based out of there. Thank you, Rochester Cycle Cam. Okay, other than crypto, which you sort of just fell into by accident, what other types of content do you like to cover? You don't care.
I don't really care about crypto. I mean, I'm like, I hope the price goes up. Like, I'm solely in it for wanting the price to go up. I'm not in it for the tech. I don't know. I find using crypto to be generally quite clunky, especially like DeFi. I find quite clunky. I don't know. I'm not like a big crypto fan, but I mean, I have it. That's why I find it funny that people call me a crypto influencer, because I'm like, I don't really like care about it, but I hope the price goes up. We'll see. I mean, prices are going up right now, so I'm pleased with that.
It's like you're not involved with crypto, but crypto is involved with you.
Kind of, yes. This just keeps popping its head into my life, so it does make up a lot of my net worth, just because I got Bitcoin very early. So I mean, it is a lot of my net worth, which is why I care and why I like look up the prices. But in terms of like the tech, I don't actively follow. I'm not like someone who wakes up and thinks about crypto every day, honestly.
Would you say that your coverage of Celsius has been the video or the content that you've got the most backlash on?
Backlash? No. I mean, Celsius people were very happy with my content, just because like I was exposing like a fraudulent company, so people were happy. I feel like the Sam stuff, I probably got more backlash probably in more recent videos on Sam, just because I feel like I covered the trial. I went to his criminal trial. I covered the trial every day. People seemed very happy with that, because I was like covering the fraud that he had committed. But now when we're just talking about like what is he like as a person, and if I say anything like, I do kind of consider him a friend, that definitely doesn't go over well publicly. People are not pleased with that, because he is a fraudster. So backlash, I think in terms of backlash, I pretty much only get backlash about that specifically. But not to say that I think he's innocent. I think he's guilty. But
what would you say are a few things that folks who were not watching the trial as closely maybe didn't pick up on that you did, just from your coverage of it?
I mean, we just learned a lot about where exactly funds were flowing, and because I do think that people, probably one of the big misconceptions is that people probably like we already discussed, a lot of people do think that Sam like funneled a lot of money into his own bank accounts. Yeah, and that's not really where the money went. The money went into a lot of illiquid investments. He made some kind of ridiculous investments and a couple of those investments are actually doing really well now. So I think that a lot of the money that was lost could end up being it maybe end up being made back. But like he made a $500 million investment into Anthropic, which is like an AI company, and that investment is, I mean, now estimated at being worth maybe $2 to $3 billion now. So I mean, like a lot of the investments that he made are doing well, but it's still fraud, because he shouldn't have been using that much of customers' funds in the first place. So There are little things like that. And he spent a lot of money on celebrity endorsements. So
Oh,
yeah,
like
but in
which
terms
celebrities?
oh, Tom Brady, Giselle Bundchen, Larry David, Steph Curry, I believe, Shaq. Uh,
Wow.
hmm He also invested in Kendall Jenner's tequila brand, 818.
I didn't know she had a tequila brand. I guess he didn't
Yes.
invest
I
enough.
mean, he didn't invest enough.
Philadelphia, what country would you run to if wrongly accused? Oh,
Huh.
count. I wonder if it means country or county.
Oh, I thought he meant country, but county, huh? Probably meant country, I'm assuming.
I'm sure he meant, yeah.
hmm Somewhere with no extradition treaty with the United States.
So what does that leave? Russia?
I believe that Dubai does not have an extradition treaty with the US, which is partially why a bunch of like kind of sketchy crypto figures live in Dubai. Um, and I don't know if that's the main reason why, but apparently they don't have an extradition treaty with the US, according to what I
And
last read, which was a while ago.
tons
What
of
about you?
design. Yeah, maybe Dubai for all the designer goods. I don't think I would fit in though. I think I would show too much ankle by accident.
I know I've been to Dubai and I kind of hated it because people kept being like, you got to cover your shoulders, you got to cover your knees. I'm like, this is no fun.
So you don't have to wear a burqa per se, you just can't have anything exposed.
Kind of. I mean, it's not like you're going to get arrested if you expose anything, but I think just like the generally accepted thing to do is sort of to cover up your body. So, and it can get hot there. So,
Boring. Yeah, I wouldn't last
boring.
5 minutes.
Like
Market
I'm
reality.
from Las Vegas and it felt like Vegas, but
Oh,
like less fun.
Vegas is great. Market reality, is Litecoin supposed to be a commodity like Bitcoin? It doesn't really have a CEO like all the other projects. It rides on its own like Bitcoin.
I mean, there is not a CEO, but we do know the founder of Litecoin. I think that like Bitcoin's largely safe because no one knows who the founder is. Obviously, it's like Satoshi Nakamoto, but no one knows who the founder is. Um, I honestly like yeah, no government like the SEC has not been clear about which coins are commodities or securities. So like I certainly don't have any I can't say what's going to be deemed a commodity or security because the SEC hasn't even ruled or stated anything public about that. So I don't have insight on what will be deemed as commodity or security. I think that Bitcoin is just the safest. Like I don't think Bitcoin would ever be deemed um a security. But yeah, the other coins I can't say with any certainty. I don't know. Do you have
This is
thoughts
from
on it?
this is
Oh,
from Fealty here. I guess this is about Sam. He only did what all the banks do on a daily basis legally.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Some people have made that argument not to defend anything he did because obviously he was found guilty of fraud. So like, there's I'm certainly not going to call him innocent, but I guess just in terms of like the terms of service, there were some customers who allowed their funds to be borrowed, which was Sam's basically his legal argument. He was basically saying, I thought all the customer funds that we used were within the range of the customers who had agreed to margin trading and to borrowing and lending. But ultimately, based on what we saw at trial, he ended up using a lot more customer funds than the ones who had agreed to margin trading and borrowing and lending. So he basically ended up using customers' funds who explicitly, in the terms of service, should have retained title to their assets. So technically broke some laws. So
Was
and
he
breached
planning
some systems.
on paying everyone back somehow?
I think he was. I mean, ultimately, I think he wasn't trying to funnel the money into his own bank accounts. I think he thought that he could use this money for these illiquid investments, for example, like an Anthropic, and that ultimately I think he thought he'd end up making more money and then would be able to pay everyone back and also keep the profits. I think that's kind of what he thought. He hasn't like explicitly stated that, but just from our conversations, kind of dancing around what's happening, I think that he thought that everyone would be and everything would be fine. I don't think he even imagined that customers would end up losing money because he's a little bit delusional. He's like super overconfident, thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, thinks that everything's going to work out. He's really overly optimistic. Even during like his house arrest, I'd ask him like what he thought the odds were of being found guilty or versus getting out of this scot free. And he was like, I think it's like a 50-50 chance, which having seen the evidence against him and also having just knowing the conviction rate when someone's being prosecuted by the federal government, I think the conviction rate is close to like in the high 90%. So
Oh,
he's
wow.
just like kind of delusional. Like he's a little bit delusional and overconfident. So I think that he thought everything was going to work out. Like I don't think he thought anyone would end up losing money, but
He sounds like a fake it till you make it guy, or till you are in jail. The SEC, by a matter of law, lost their case against Ripple and XRP and solidified that XRP is not a security. Interesting, Fealty. When people make a bank account, they are not told that their funds will be lent out as loans to other customers, just like SBF. True, Fealty.
true. I mean, Sam has made these comparisons to me in private. I don't know. He didn't use any of these as legal arguments during his trial, so I don't know enough about like why some of these arguments can't be used. But certainly in private, he made these comparisons to like other collapses. For example, like SVB went down. He made the comparison to like other crypto companies that went down and were deemed to have not commit fraud, and so he's made some comparisons like that. And I think that's a good point. But ultimately, I think he's probably going to go to jail for a very long time.
But you know what? You're going to visit him. You're going to write him letters. If he gets out in 114 years, will you be waiting for him? I think is the question everyone wants to know.
No, I mean, unless I just like, you know what? If I'm that old and I'm still unmarried and still like don't have kids, good for you. I know
And
you're
you'll look probably
Congratulations.
exactly the same. I think you'll.
Since I'm Asian, like hopefully I look the exact same. So yeah, honestly, yeah, if by that time I'm literally alone and don't have kids, sure, let's do it. I'll be so desperate at that point.
I think it's good. Yeah, that's what my friend Filthy said. If he's still single at 50, he will be gay.
Yeah, yeah. At that point, I'll take anyone at that point. So
2008 was it collapsed by the banks because they loaned out way too much money for bad loans where people could never pay it back. They got no jail time, but they got bailed out. Yes, they did. It seems very hypocritical, Fealty. You're making a lot of good points. It's only okay when the banks do it. Tiffany,
very true.
what are you looking to cover in the future on your YouTube channel? Where can people find you other than waiting for
I will
Sam?
be covering I will be covering the second trial. I mean, like basically the two things I've been covering consistently have been Celsius and FTX. And I'll see those through until customers are paid out, whatever percentage they'll end up being paid out. But yeah, now I'm kind of like I am kind of enjoying like doing conversations with people. The past few videos I've been posting have been like conversations with people that are sort of in this realm, but I'm enjoying doing conversations with people. So I mean, maybe more of that. I don't know. I need to figure that out. Trial just ended a couple months ago, so I'm sort of in a limbo state of trying to figure out what I find interesting. I think the obvious route to go is to continue covering crypto, but like I said, I'm like not someone who wakes up and like thinks about crypto and like wants to read about it all day. So I'm a little bit lost, but I'm not going anywhere, so I'll still be posting. Not sure what kind of content, and yeah, I'm also gonna ultimately maybe do something longer on Sam. I mean, I'm getting like some book people and documentary folks have contacted me, so I need to think about that too. But
Yeah. When's the next
yeah,
trial? Did you already mention for
March,
Sam?
March.
In March.
Yeah,
Okay.
a few months
That's
away. Yeah,
that's coming up.
yes. But I'm on YouTube at Tiffany Fong, on Twitter at Tiffany Fong with 1_. I just got a Twitch, so I didn't get my name, so Tiffany Fong TV on Twitch, and yeah. I
This
think
is
that's
great.
it.
I'm really excited. I kind of can't wait till March. I will be tuning in to his next trial for sure.
It'll be fun. It was
I'm
fun.
ex-
It was fun to
I'm
hear all about.
I'm excited
But
for the book and the documentary and um your guys'
who knows?
visit prison romance. We'll see.
We'll see. Hopefully he'll let me
Everyone
visit. I do want to visit him once.
definitely visit him. Everyone follow Tiffany. Follow her on
Oh.
Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all of the things. And thank you guys in the chat for your good comments and questions. Yes, and at the wedding, we will see. We're looking forward to maybe a prison wedding. It's gonna be iconic thing. Oh, and one more from Mark of Reality. Did Nakamoto really own that tower in Die Hard? I have no idea. I haven't seen Die Hard in years.
I haven't either.
Sorry,
Oh my
Mark.
God.
We can't help you with that one. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Tiffany, so much for the
It's
chat.
fun. Thanks for
And we
having
will
me
s-
on.
We will see you guys next